Welcome in, guys, into my NFL Week 12 review, and we started off with a Thursday night game. It was the Browns versus the Steelers, and it was a snowy Cleveland on Thursday night as the Browns won 29-19. Russell Wilson threw for 21 out of 28 passes, 270 yards, one touchdown. And again, you look at the Steelers. In recent years, Mike Tomlin struggled against these scrub teams, and if you want to win championships, you've got to really beat scrub teams. He's kind of slipped up against them on Thursday, and the Browns got the job done. Then we had the Chiefs, who were trying to bounce, trying to bounce back after that defeat last week to the Bills. And they were on the road to the Panthers. The Chiefs win 30-27. Had to leave it late in overtime to make it 30-27. And Mahomes had 3 passing touchdowns, 269 yards, 27 out of 37 throws. Not a bad game from Mahomes, but once again, like majority of the season, the Chiefs have left it late against the Panthers of all teams. It's like, come on, the Panthers are fucking dumpster fire. You should be beating these teams. Then we had the Bucks versus the Giants. The Giants, obviously, last week, they released Danny Dimes for his contract. He wanted out, so they released him. And Tommy DeVito, man, started this game. Buccaneers blew them out of the water, 30-7, and good win for the Buccaneers. Then we had the New England Patriots and the Dolphins. Both teams, you look at the Dolphins last couple of years, they were the playoff team the last two seasons. But especially with Tua's injury, they haven't really been firing off cylinders this year. But they kind of found a bit of form, I guess, the last couple of games. Tua had a really good game. He had 4 passing touchdowns, 29 out of 40 passes. He had 317 yards. And Drake May, again, you look at him. Drake May, again, the guy has potential. He looks like he could be the guy in New England, but time's going to tell if they're actually going to build a team around him. He's got a lot of dead weight in this. There's a lot of dead weight in this Patriots team. So they have to absolutely stick with Drake May, build around the kid, see what you have with Drake May, and then go from there. Drake May he should be starting in day one again. They waited 4 or 5 weeks till they finally said that Drake May was going to start again, having him benched behind Jacoby Brissett. And yay, that was a great decision, guys. Like, come on. Like, Drake May has more potential than fucking Jacoby Brissett. No disrespect to Jacoby Brissett, he's a decent quarterback, but he's a journeyman for a reason. Come on. But yeah, he showed some good potential in this game. But yeah, the Dolphins won the game 34-15. Then we had the Tennessee Titans on the road to the Texans. Texans obviously had a great win last week against the Cowboys. Didn't repeat that this week with a 32-27 loss to the Titans. Will Levis had 2 passing touchdowns, 278 yards, 18 out of 24 throws, and the Titans beat the Texans. Then we had the Lions on the road to the Indianapolis Colts. Lions are now 10-1. You're looking at, especially the Lions winning that home playoff game, that home playoff game seed with a 24-6 win. Great win for the Lions as the Lions face Bears football Thursday on Thanksgiving. So yeah. Then we had those Cowboys. Yeah, we had those damn Cowboys. We had the Cowboys versus the Commanders, and again, in the picks I had the Commanders going over for this. The Cowboys win 34-26. I'm like, oh my god, come on, Commanders. You have one job. This was a division game, by the way, between the Commanders and the Cowboys, and then they let the Cowboys win. So Mike McCarthy is his job saved for another week. Jaden Daniels had 2 passing touchdowns, 25 out of 38 throws, and 2 interceptions. So yeah, thanks Commanders. Like, I could have got some money for that if you beat the fucking Cowboys, but yeah, Mike McCarthy's still in the job. Then we had the Minnesota Vikings on the road to Bears football, and there was a lot of Bears football going on Sunday. It was 27-27, and then it was an overtime field goal by the Vikings to win 30-27, and yeah, I think you're looking at this season, Eberflus has to go, Ryan Poles has to go, because Ryan Poles hired this fucking dumbass. Shout out to Red Former. He hired this fucking dumbass. Like, Matt, if the whole thing of this season was the development of Caleb Williams. If Caleb Williams has to get over 4,000 passing yards, and he's not going to get that with this fucking empty-headed fucking asshole like Matt Eberflus. But yeah, Poles has to go and Eberflus. But yeah, Vikings win 30-27. Then we had the Cardinals, the late Sunday. We go to the late Sunday games. It was the Cardinals on the road to the Seahawks. Seahawks win 16-6. Then we had the 49ers and the Packers. Packers blew the 49ers out of the water, 10-38. No Brock Purdy for this game. He was injured, so they had to have Brandon Allen play for this game. 17 out of 29 throws for him, 199 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Jordan Love had one touchdown, 163 yards, 13 out of 23 throws. Then we had the Broncos on the road to the Raiders. Bo Nix, again, he's really showing some stuff, and you know, I've been really impressed with him the last few games. Bo Nix had 25 out of 42 throws, 273 yards, 2 passing touchdowns, and there was a late field goal for the Broncos to win 29-19. Then we had the primetime game for Sunday night. It was the Eagles and the Rams. The Rams beat the Eagles 37-20. Jalen Hurts had 15 out of 22 throws, 179 yards, 1 touchdown. Saquon Barkley had 26 carries. He had a great game. Saquon Barkley had a great game. 26 carries, 2 touchdowns, and the Eagles win 37-20. Then we go to the Monday night game. It was the battle of the Harbaugh brothers. Jim Harbaugh versus John Harbaugh. John Harbaugh's had his brother's number for a number of years. No pun intended. He's had his number. You know what I mean. Yeah, John he's beaten Jim about 3 times now. Beating him in the Super Bowl against the 49ers in 2012. He beat him in a regular game, and he beat him on Monday, 30-23 against the Chargers. Lamar Jackson has 16 out of 22 throws, 177 yards, 2 touchdowns. Derrick Henry keeps impressing me every week. I'm going to say it now. Derrick Henry should be the MVP this year, in my opinion. You know, people are going to say Mahomes. People are going to probably say Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson, absolutely. I don't know about Mahomes, but definitely Lamar Jackson. You're probably looking at Jared Goff as well. You know, I want to bring in Jared Goff in that conversation as well. Jared Goff, Josh Allen potentially as well. He's an MVP, but you're gonna say Derek Carr's gonna win this, win the MVP. Derek Henry's gonna win the MVP in my opinion this year. 24 carries in this game. Ravens win 30-23. And that was my NFL Week 12 review. Leave your guys' thoughts in the comments, and peace.